Alright, we've had enough fun meeting all of our friendly new party members in town. Let's go do a dungeon.
Oh, that crusty... yeah.
I was gonna say, damn, guys, you sound so excited to do a dungeon.
I was more commenting on the crusty pre-rendered transition to the level.
Yeah, Crow beat me to it.
We gotta get through that? There's no road.
Pull yourself together. If this is all it takes to wear you out, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't wear out in bed.
Okay.
Through here, there's the Ypsilon Range. Those mountains are
Okay, so
steep and rugged.
I take back the loving part that I said about this guy. Can we drown him in the nearest river as fast as possible,
I
please?
expect to see you take a tumble into the canyon before we see any rocks doing it.
You know, Seth's got the right idea, I think.
Laura was saying you have a problem with your memory.
It's really fucking me up now that I know that Jansen has the same voice as SA1 Knuckles.
And you owe me money, so I'm confused. You sure you really don't remember?
My body remembers.
What?
There was a time when I used to rush through here. I was a pirate, and supposedly I also went through these mountains. But I just don't know what the truth is. I don't have any answers.
Huh. Well, what about you? Did anyone tell you what you once were? No. Nothing? Nothing. Well, since you're so
I appreciate that Kaim is determined to give a one-word answer to literally anything that somebody asks him.
My body also remembers.
How so?
Just that it was painful.
Also, just now seeing the collar on him,
Remember. And my
I've been able to parse that he's wearing a shirt and that's not like a sick-ass, like, full-body arm and shoulder tattoo that he's got.
That's smart.
Kaim, there's no need to rush it. Your memories will come back gradually. And they're not all bad.
Yeah, it's called the 1,000 Years of Dreams.
What? No breaks?
You just had one.
Yeah, how about some water? A little fruit? How about a foot massage? My feet don't stink. Kaim, you up for that? Hello?
Getting or receiving? Oh wait, giving or receiving, I mean.
Yeah, like at least he's an equal opportunity sexual harasser.
I guess? I'm... Is that a good thing?
Alright, so now that we have an actual party, we can talk about the combat mechanics a little bit more, and they'll, you know, actually make some sense. So, this goes for both us and them, obviously, but this is where that GC mechanic is going to come in. When we attack enemies in the front line, that's going to drastically reduce, you know, proportionally. So, as you can see, Kaim and Seth currently form our front line, and that's why we have, you know, 680 health on ours. Whereas the enemy only has one guy in front, and that's why theirs is only 140. So, the main thing is that this system is no joke. Like, it is a massive reduction in damage to people in the back line. Like, we'll see it next video when we fight the boss, but it's the difference between, like, taking over 200 damage from an attack to taking, like, 40 at full power.
Okay.
So we also... Game's also giving us a little bit of a tutorial on magic here. If you punch enemies who are trying to cast enough, you will either delay them in the turn order or just outright push them into the next turn.
Interesting. Can you attack the back row while there is a front row?
Yes, you can, and that like I said, that is basically the entire point of the GC mechanic, is to heavily discourage that.
Okay, but like if you just want to like push back a spellcaster's turns, then you could just...
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So yeah, just like sacrificing like damage for initiative, basically. Alright, I see what this game's putting down. I'm mildly disappointed with the lack of weapon variety, because, like, if Seth's just using a sword, then she's just female Kaim at this point.
Yeah, the Immortals are more differentiated by what you do with them skill-wise, because, like, Jansen can learn stuff by leveling up, but Jansen will never be anything more than a mage. Whereas, you know, we could have, you know, Kaim could learn magic, whereas, you know, Seth can learn stealing, and now, you know, you've made Seth a thief, and you've made Kaim sort of like a paladin of sorts.
That's honestly pretty unique.
Yeah. I mean, kind of sucks for the mortal characters that they're kind of bound by the roles that they come into the game with, but yeah, like that system with the immortal characters is pretty good.
So these guys are the most basic enemy here. There's really nothing too interesting to say about them. As you can see, they've got a spear that they can poke you with for minimal damage, and if you leave them alone long enough, they will cast a water spell. It does like 50 damage. It's not a ton, but it is enough that you do want to shut them down if you have the opportunity.
Okay.
So there, as you can see, as part of that, we just, Jansen just say, you know, Kaim and Seth mastered skills, but also Jansen just upgraded his black magic from level 1 to level 2. Magic is its own kind of weird thing. It basically works on the Final Fantasy XII license system, where, well, it's like a combination of that and, like, Final Fantasy I magic, where each one has a class, so, like, you know, Fire is level 1 black magic, and Earth magic is level 2 black magic, or whatever, right? So as long as you learn that level of magic, you can use it once you find the actual spell. Like in this case, right here, we just, that icon means that we just found the ground spell. So anyone who has that level of black magic can now use it.
Nice. Also, we were discussing briefly between the videos about how, like, Nobuo Uematsu did the soundtrack for the game, and this is, like, the first area where, like, I've been able to tell, oh yeah, no, this has got his touch all over it.
So, tying into the whole skill system is that thing that we just picked up there, a slot seed. What that does is that for any immortal character, that increases the number of skills that they can equip by 1. And so you're not necessarily bound by, like, a skill point system. It's just every skill, which includes different levels of skill, all cost 1 skill slot.
Also, it's probably way too early, like, I guess, in the game to, like, really be asking this, and probably, like, as far as you've played, like, you probably have not encountered it at any point, but I'm almost kind of curious now, like, is the mortal-immortal divide, like, permeable, I guess, at all? Like, can mortal characters become immortal over the course of the game through, like, either plot or gameplay elements, or, I guess, vice versa, can immortal characters have their immortality stripped away from them?
Certainly not that I've seen, and I imagine that if that is the case, that is going to be a very big plot point if it ever comes up.
Because, like I said, I'm just thinking, like, okay, like, this kind of insanely unbalanced between the mortal and immortal folks at the moment, so there's got to be something that comes along that equalizes things, or maybe there isn't, who knows at this point.
So we have a couple guys here. The cliffhangers are... They're just kind of there. Like, I believe they can poison you if they attack you, but otherwise they're just... You know, they're just kind of little physical attackers. The birds are a little more annoying. They're a little more evasive than other enemies, and yeah, there you go.
Oh, was there no GC gauge for them because they don't have a back row?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that would be superfluous then.
What a waste of time.
Anyway, not edited out for your convenience is all of the times that I'm going into the menu and readjusting like who's learning what skill and what they have equipped, because it is constant. And you know, as just from what we've seen, we've had 3 encounters and we've learned skills from 2 of them.
Yeah, I get it.
So you're welcome, is what I'm saying.
At least the game is showering you with options early on, at the very least, I suppose.
Alright, one new enemy for this area, and that is the Dicorn. Or, you know, as we in the business call it, a fucking deer. But yeah, these guys will cast earth magic at you, so, wait, again, they're not super dangerous, but it is definitely within your best interest to have Jansen smack him with a wind spell. Alright, you know, that was a tough one. Glad we made it through 2 whole screens of this dungeon. Think this is as good a time as any to go take a break.
Hey, I want to ask a favor. I'm just going to ask this once, okay? Will you listen?
All right already. What do you want?
Whining. Okay. Is that all you can say? Can't we just rest in that hut over there?
All you do is complain, complain, complain.
I'm not like you two. I'm a normal human being.
What should we do?
All right, let's rest.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jansen.
This is a little ornate to be considered a hut, I think.
Yeah, looking at the stuff that's in here, it was probably like some kind of like tavern or something at some point. Because there's a couple beds upstairs. Got some tables, what looks like some kind of big furnace.
Got some Powerade that's just been fermenting in a jar, I guess?
1,000-year-old Gatorade.
Giant monster near the peak, you say?
Surely it's moved on by now, right?
It must have. It's been 1,000 years since then, right? See? Look at that. Checks out. No problem whatsoever.
I mean, slightly distressing that there's no, and by the way, we made it back safely addendum to that note, but whatever.
I mean, this is just like a rest stop on your travels. Like, do you go back to the motels you stay at on road trips?
I mean, if I'm traveling the same route, sometimes.
Listen, if either Kime or Seth seem like they're starting to regain even a fragment of their memories, use this.
Feed them a single M&M?
Oh, hi. I couldn't sleep. I'm usually exercising, sparring with people, and I work out a lot before I...
Was that all?
Was what all? About what?
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
This game really likes multiple camera angle shots. And I don't know how to feel about that.
It reminds me of Drakengard 3, which is not usually something that you want to say about a game.
Yeah, you're right.
Again, like, the go-to that's, like, poisoned my mind is, like, Ang Lee's Hulk movie from, like, 2003 or 2004, where, like, he filmed it like it was a comic book, so, like, every 5 minutes there would be, like, a cut-in panel, and it would, like, turn, like, like, do, like, pointillism on the screen and stuff, and just, like, the most obnoxious way possible that you could have filmed any kind of superhero movie.
I mean, I can see the idea, but it sounds like the execution was really lacking on that.
Yeah, oh god, was it ever.
The air feels humid.
Well, it's not going to rain. I know the weather. I have a sense about these things. And the sun's going to break through any second, and you'll be peeling off the clothes.
Please, God, let him get struck by lightning.
Oh,
Just in general,
it's raining.
like...
What'd I say? It's going to rain. I knew it.
Water caustics.
Well, the whole thing about the Immortals right now, that's not really important. I think, instead, we should focus on having a lovely dinner.
Yeah, I could eat.
Your Majesty, please, enjoy this delicious soup.
Even more water caustics.
Sir, you have to eat the soup.
You're dismissed.
I'm really concerned for him with the way he's holding that spoon.
What the fuck? Please just punch him. Just fuck your face, soup.
He got way thicker outside the bowl. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like this guy is the fucking best. I love him.
What is going on, Gongora? Answer me. The council has placed you under house arrest.
Shut up! I'm the main character now.
What?
Okay.
Got incredibly Parasite Eve up here all of a sudden.
Wait, did Gongora do that, or did it just ignite itself?
No, Gongora is the one that set it on fire.
Okay.
But I do not wish it to be restored to power.
With all due respect,
Did
while some fools completely support...
they knock out his maid?
I think she fainted,
those who long to restore a powerful monarch.
but also, yeah, she probably could have just been, like, choked out by the guards there, and that was the aftermath of it, we don't know.
Two political forces, the past and the present. You must be aware of this. Fortunately, I was able to sense your danger through magic energy. Even though
Sure, that's how we're gonna explain it.
I could not allow you to be harmed.
There are fools
There are
who
many
support
ways
the
I can
current
save you
republic,
from my
and there are those who would wish to see the monarchy restored. Not me, though. Definitely not me.
You would be subject to even tighter restrictions.
I mean, I would be absolutely insane to engineer an assassination attempt on you purely so that I could save your life and earn your
I
gratitude.
cannot. Had you not come, I would have ended up like that mouse.
You can always rely on me, Your Highness.
Thank you, Gongora. Thank you.
Now then, would you like to have a delicious bowl of soup?
Maybe just a sandwich, please.